we got a good one right here. And this is a definite case of Brady violation. That's right. You heard me right, ladies and gentlemen. We got a case of a cops making a Brady violation on a guy. Why? Well, let's get to it. Cops enormously label man's arrest as a pedophile, triggering deadly demise. Cops' mistake led to a man who did petty theft to suicide. Well, let's check it out.
The cops made such a negligent error that it caused the man to commit suicide. This is such a horrible story, right? Let's put up the picture, full mass, of Brian Temple. 34 years of age. He killed himself on New Year's Eve in 2017. We now have the rest of the story. An inquest was heard how a UK man was found dead over suicide after what the cops in the UK are saying was human error. You know why he killed himself? Keep his picture up. He killed himself because the cops said he was a pedophile. It was a mistake, they say. They fumbled the paperwork. He was actually in jail for petty theft, not pedophilia. It was almost 7 months after the alleged theft of a packet of sausage, where the police reports mistakenly described that young man as a pedophile. In the months that followed, Temple began to drink heavily. He started to take a mixture of both prescribed medication and recreational drugs to cope with threats and abuse. Ultimately, Temple's death was suicide by hanging. His body was found by his brother after his family became concerned. They had not heard from him all day. Let me give you some background. June 20th, it was heard that upon arriving home from custody, Mr. Temple gave his release papers. All right, he came home. He gave his release papers to his then girlfriend. He didn't read them. He didn't look at them. They said, all right, here are your papers. You got to come to court. Here's what you're charged with. Okay, cool. I know what I'm charged with. He takes the papers. He brings them, gives them to his girlfriend. Unbeknown to him, the police made an error in the paperwork in which they produced the wrong information. The letter stating he had been in custody for inciting sexual relations with a 13-year-old girl, which he had not done. He had not done this. Not at all. Nothing near this, but it was in the paperwork. So he hands the paperwork to his then girlfriend. Girlfriend looks at the paperwork. What do you think she does? What do you think her reaction is? All right. Temple's then girlfriend began telling people of the incorrect information, which in turn caused people to lash out at Mr. Temple. He was reportedly verbally abused in the street, attacked in his own home, and hit around the head by a golf club. He also reported threats and assault to the police. The court heard. But visits by police welfare officers to Temple's home only fueled unfounded suspicions about him, the court was told. Detective Sergeant Agar of Cleveland Police said in the statement that he dealt with Mr. Temple's complaint of the incorrect papers on November 28, 2017, and he said the bail sheet was a genuine human error. That's all. The Independent Office for Police Conduct began an investigation into Mr. Temple's passing, so an error like this will not happen again. At Cleveland Police, they concluded that human error was the main judgment of the papers. This occurrence was incredibly unusual. So there's no confusion. UK Cleveland Police is the territorial police responsible for an area in northern England. Okay, so just so you understand that. The man is dead. He committed suicide because they fumbled paperwork, and they really did not do a massive campaign to correct it. Unfortunately, this could have been avoided. We're running out of time. Jackson, your thoughts on this?
Yeah, well, this is why professionalism is so important, and this is why holding authority to account is so important. Because them saying human error, I could see if he stole a packet of sausage, if they say he stole something else that he didn't steal, but stealing a small amount of food to molesting a little girl is very different. So this is very unfortunate that his life ended up coming to an end in this fashion due to lack of professionalism.
Yeah, and it's getting to a point now that if the police are saying one thing and somebody that is saying something else, you can't just believe the police. It's getting to that place now. And it's because of the police. It's the police fault for their own word becoming mud in these streets. They have proven time and time again that they are not only incompetent, but sometimes downright corrupt. All right. So I question everything now.
Yeah. Like I said, this is another case of Brady violation. Yeah. I mean, and you can have some people that sit there saying, well, a crime is, he committed a crime is a crime. No. There's a huge difference between a little 5-finger discount, like a little B&E, to murder and raping an underage girl. There's a huge difference as that. With that said, I'm out here, Mike, y'all. Peace out.